Got us a team 1 together with Zup. Trying to see if he can maybe get himself a setup. We got Antipodan over on the team 1 with Arhi in the back. We got us a Krongzu making a return together with Sajiro. And Zup as a Boomy looking to see if he can maybe fight off and approach Kioska. Sees that there's a trap right in his way, trying to go the long way around. Gonna be that bash opener into a Boomy form. Is he gonna go for big convoke? He's gonna try to see if he can drop down the big cosmic chicken on top of Kioska. I think you need to go for a bash into cosmic chicken immediately if you want to make sure that that explosion lands while the enemy is stun locked in place. Gonna be some healing for Zoop as he goes in for a bark skin. I am wondering if this man is playing some defensive legendaries for second Lego, or is he playing aggressive legendaries because you know he's got that Convoke Night Fate one. Gonna be Kioska trying to make some big damage happen versus Zoop as he goes in Bear form. Gonna be a trick out of the Bear Druid. Does go for a self heal into a Cyclone onto Kioska. Does get himself a quick cast a clone, so at least he's able to CC the Hunter. And Kioska looking to get some damage back into Zoop. Zoop so far has been kind of low on health, man. He's been ticking out little by little. I think it's gonna be a what the. I just got an invite? That's weird. Apparently I can get invited to groups. I didn't know it was a thing. That is really, really weird. Kioska trying to see if he can get himself a setup versus Zoop. As the disarm comes down. And Kioska seeing that big combo, gonna be an interrupt out on Zoop as he got big in card, potentially big damage. But he needs to go for a lot of healing, a lot of survivability. Bear form, bark skin, trying to get himself as much heal as he can. Regrowth, no health whatsoever. Does Kioska just take him out? He just has one kill shot and he's good to go. Cyclone right after, and it's gonna be regrowth with Zoop back to back to back. Actually, just going to be able to capitalize on Big Bird. Zoop does have Barskin as the only defensive to hold himself healthy between him and Kioska. Not a lot of coolness for Zoop. Under a ton of pressure. Kioska just tagging him with dots. Kill commands coming through. Kill shots could be deadly. Zoop under pressure. Does get himself frenzy, reaching a little bit of healing. Quick muzzle to interrupt Zoop. Locked out completely. What is the Boomy gonna do? Nothing left, and I think it's gonna be over with a Death Chakram slicing right through the boy. Tried his very best as it could versus the Hunter, but Kioska is an experienced Hunter. He is hunting down druids all day, every day. Kyongsu walking in as an outlaw rogue. Got himself fist weapons. Vanished to try to see if he can catch up to Kioska. Hit him with a kidney shot. Got himself the full flagellation. I think full burst right now. Wait, potentially Kyongsu got the biggest possible damage is out of Dread Blades. Is he vent? No, he's not even vent tier. He went Dread Blade burst, but he's not even vent tier. He was just trying to see if he could blast through Kioska. Necrolord, Outlaw Rogue, Gamer. Can he do it? Got himself pistols flying over versus Kioska, just shooting him up. Gonna be the spikes, rushing to him with a blade rush. Kioska tried to stay away. That was the longest kidney shot from a mile away. Big Cosmic Trick versus Kioska. Massive explosion. That turtle shell saving him narrowly. Croxer is gonna trick it out of the trap. Kioska had nothing for him unless he got a stun. Steel Trap just separated the two for a second. Cloak of Shadows, Croxer can't escape it. Kioska literally is resorting to first aid just to get himself whatever healing he can. Does he have a stun for this rogue? He's going to need it. Stun to the rogue. Finally can make some damage happen. Big Death Shock. There's going to be a massive load of damage. Croxer with a gouge. Goes for a quick sippy. Kioska CC'd for a second. That is going to be Spell Warden. Not really sure how much it's going to help him. Croxu playing a Necrolord does get that cleave onto the Kevin Slime. Look at the Kevin with a spike. And as well as the pet, he actually gets double the common points for the spikes if he's fighting a pet class, but he's going to give him a lot of back-to-back finishers. Kioska looking for the reset. The pet is spiked though, so Krongza can definitely see him. Kioska cannot sit in Fleshcraft or in stealth for long, but does he have a Fleshcraft of his own? Just watch the rogue craft his shield. Hunter's Mark is going to be on the rogue though, not going to be able to get a proper surprise opener versus the Hunter. Freezing Trap, a Tar Trap could be down for Krongzu as well as Steel Trap. Evasion up for Krongzu, trying to get some damage versus Kioska, but the Freezing Trap is going to stop him as he points him, marks him for death. I never realized how Fleshcraft has like that big green ball in the middle, kind of like in the center of the character, like kind of in the chest area. It's really bright. Surprisingly bright green. Kioska crafted a shield of his own, ready for the assault from the rogue. As Krongza looking for that reroll. Got himself some really good buffs though. He got himself some killer buffs. Could get a lot of cooldown reduction. Definitely gonna have defensives. Big spikes into Kioska. Just spiking it back to back for the comp points. Quick. Disarm onto the entry. He got himself grenades though. Bombs in a back pocket is willing to send right to Krongza's face. Death Chakram could be really deadly for the rogue. Does he himself faint blind into Kioska? Looking to peel away. Kioska cannot get out of those blinds. He only has access to the human racial as well as relentless, which will reduce some of the effectiveness of the crowd control from the rogue. only by a bit. Kidney shot, I'm actually surprised how far you can hit kidney shot from. Big pistol from Krogzu. I didn't even realize he was setting up for a big go. And just taking him out. Krogzu taking down Kiosko with a pistol shot right in the chest. Actually, no, right in the side of the dome. He had him in the perfect angle. He got that execution style. Gonna be a quick gouge onto Jesus with a kidney shot to follow. AMS and Jesus got himself a big grippy hand. Krogzu with the cloak of shadows trying to reduce all of that magic damage. Safe in that cloak of shadows. Quick disarm onto Jesus before he can summon the army of the dead. That A-bomb is gonna do quite a lot of work though. The A-bomb limb has also done quite a lot of clawing. You can't really disarm the A-bomb limb. How do you disarm a limb? Jesus is going to sacrifice his pet as he's trying to summon a new one. I think he used the Battle Master's Trinket to give himself a little bit extra health to bolster his own defensives. Quick flash cut by the rogue, but Jesus does not sit at CC long at all though. And he goes for a quick interrupt on the Fleshcraft, which isn't going to last long for Krogzu. Jesus have to burn every defensive though. IBF and the Death Pack just to borrow some health, but the rogue is continuing to put pressure. The Spire continues to slice and dice. Jesus taking him out, dispatching the Death Knight. Who's going to be up next is Albeta. Albeta is going to have to go and take down this rogue. This rogue is playing the proper duelist build. This is the spec for dueling other players. You got a lot of defense, you got a lot of offense, you got very short cooldowns, you got a lot of CC. You can just control the fight if you know how to play Outlaw. Which I'm surprised because there's not a lot of PvP guides on Outlaw. It's actually a spec that does really well in 2s. But even like Wowhead is like, yeah, we made guides for PvP by the way, but we decided to omit Outlaw completely. And it's like, come on, dude. Come on. It's such a fun spec, man. More people need to give it a go. It is a joy to play. Gonna be the Wake of Ashes for Albeta, dropping down the Consecration, but can't find the rogue. Might have to resort to picking up one of these eyes, which is gonna make Albeta a little bit weaker for a moment. 5% more damage taken, but it's gonna give him that true sight to see the rogue. Krogzu getting slammed with a hammer of justice. Not much you can do. I think it could be over for him. Albeta, does he have the proper go? Krogzu with the vanish, but you can't vanish the justice. You can't vanish this paladin. You can't escape the burst. He literally pressed vanish and it just like the hammer still went through. It just carved right through the shadows of the rogue trying to escape into. Didn't give him a chance. Oh my goodness. The rogue had such a good go too. So it's unfortunate. He had like 2 kills under his belt. He was doing really, really well. Albedo taking a lot of damage out of Archie. Surprising amount of damage. Albedo could be in trouble. Trinket with the Shield of Vengeance. That's just one is big defensive that's going to be gone very, very soon. Albedo trying to build up a little bit of holy power as he's trying to survive the onslaught by the Enhancement Shaman. Or he got himself Ghost Wolves, Flaming Wolves, empowering all his fire hits. Shield of Vengeance, gonna pop big onto Archie, but big Alabaster Follow. Albedo does use the bubble, Divine Protection in order to give himself a lot of survivability. Archie does go for the Spell Warden Trinket, the Aegis, in order to reduce a lot of the magic damage taken. It's gonna be wall rotated after, as Albedo pops wings while in the bubble. Gonna be a stun defensively onto Archie. Gonna maybe save that stun until later and then burst at Archie, but he still got those swings rolling. Does he have himself the setup? It looks like he doesn't have the Necro setup just yet. Building for it though. Big damage on Archie, slamming down right through him. Does he get the setup? Archie trying to go for a heal, but Albedo just got so much damage. Oh my goodness. My god, this man right here. Blasting him out with Sejiro. Look at the chase justice itself. Trying to see if he can avenge some of the boys on his team. Quick charge, intercepted Albedo around the corner. Reflect up in case there's a Hodge to meet him. No Hodge. Albedo's a little bit more careful. Trying not to stun this warrior. Trying to stun himself into reflect. Is going to be a stun right after Sejura. Not burning a trigger for this one. Albedo is just building a holy power just to give himself as much survivability as possible. Burning off that mana since he doesn't really need that mana for anything else. Gonna be an interrupt onto Albedo on holy. Sejura swapping the tension and actually playing it out as a Venthyr gamer. This is going to be really interesting. Fury Venthyr apparently has a really, really strong synergy, especially when you get to tier set. It's just a lot of pressure, a lot of damage output overall. Just a ton of regeneration, basically almost perma recklessness uptime, which is incredible. Reflect up for Sejura. Albedo's a little more careful with a Hodge. I'm just waiting for Sejura to go for some big damage. Just how much Albedo does go for the Hodge either way. Although he's disarmed, he can't really do a lot of damage to Sejura. Is going to use that Hodge more defensively. Sejura trying to see if he can charge to Albedo, but the Hand of Freedom keeps the Paladin moving. I'm just waiting for the moment for Sejura to just unleash the full burst. Just how hard he can clobber Albedo. Albedo just has to walk away from a pillar. Looks like he's charging towards Sejura. He has wings coming up very, very soon. He's away from pillar. There's a perfect opportunity for Sejura to make something happen. Reflect up in case Albedo goes for a Hodge. This is where Sejura can maybe go for some damage. Maybe wreck potentially. He's going to leap away. Sees his wings. Door shadows. Does he get interrupted? It's going to be Albedo actually turning to where Sejura's about to go to. Actually tried to turn around to him. Sajiro with big defenses, got himself in regeneration, potentially maybe could get himself a lot of healing. Hodge by Albedo. That's gonna be Sajiro sniping some health from Albedo with a quick disarm. Try to see if he can maybe blast through Shield of Vengeance. Better be very, very careful with that Shield of Vengeance. Sajiro needs all the survivability in the world, but looks like he couldn't get any. And Albedo does end up taking him out. I think Sajiro never even impressed. Reckless does that go. That is super unfortunate. Anton, given Albedo an opportunity to at least get himself a reset, he kind of walked at him but didn't attack. He could have dismounted and everything. Is given an opportunity to catch a bit of a reset, re-heal, rejuve, recoup, every other word except re-stealth. Paladins. I guess the burst is kind of stealthy. You don't expect it sometimes. Anton trying to see if he can set those chains down, slowing down the Paladin to a crawling halt. Paladin able to free himself, able to move, able to wait, could repair himself a little bit. Use the holy power to patch himself up. Is going to be stunned with that Wake of Ashes. I don't think he meant to on the ghoul. Big A-bomb. They try to go for a flesh cut. That's going to be interrupted out of Anton. Bob, not going to stop you. That's a lot of magic damage. Albedo might still be screwed. I think it might be over for him. Big rippy hand. The A-bomb doing a lot of work. It's a lot of physical damage that he's immuning. But the magic damage, the clawing shadows, the clawing damage out of Anton, especially since he's likely running the clawing shadows talent that transforms to Scourge Strike from a half physical, half magic damage of shadow to all shadow damage just clawing through the target. Risha looking to blade rush over to Anton. Chain of Ice slowing the rogue down while they have evasion. As Anton knows when to back up, when to engage with the enemy. While he's evading, back up, but keep him slow, keep him in place. Flesh cut, want to get that interrupted. Trying to counter the rogue as best as he can, since the rogue is going to be the aggressor here. Going to be the pet, joining in, stone to Risha. Risha does go for a disarm to Anton. Again, slow down the rogue, get away from him. Going to be blade rush to re-engage. The rogue goes for a vanish. Maybe he can get himself a setup off of this. Anton could be in big trouble. Does have a chicken for the rogue. Try to see if he can get some damage to the rogue. Going to be the Cloak of Shadows against magic damage, but the physical damage still going through. The ghoul still doing a lot of work. Trinket exploding the ghoul. Going to be a big hill by Anton. But he does need to get the go back up, and then nice, not giving Anton an opportunity, just opening up on him from the middle of the arena. Not a big fan of rogues opening from the middle of the arena. If you guys can maybe make it a little more fair, a little bit more even, if you can just start at the start of your arena, start where you would normally go, not open in the middle, that would be great. You know, that would be great. But hey, that's some new rogues. Everybody got to learn rules at some point, right? It just makes the groups a little bit more interesting.